Well, I think I'm back. I hope so. The powers that be are watching me, I guess. This is my third try this morning to conduct a live show. Hi, Jason. Good morning. My connection keeps going down. I really don't think it's Verizon. I think it's the powers that be. Just woke up, eh? We're on that stinking daylight saving time, so it's 8:23 in the morning. Hi, Wita. Welcome in. Oh, Screaming Crane is here. Hello. This is my third attempt at a live stream today. I must have said some kind of word that they don't like. I don't know. In Arizona, I think they don't push their clocks back. So if they, or let's see, it's spring forward. So they don't do that. Hi, Goldfish. Welcome in. Um, and I think they're on Mountain Time or something, or is it not Mountain? Let's see. We got Pacific, we got Atlantic, Mountain, and what's the other one? I don't remember. The cats are going nuts. They think they want out. It's too cold to open that door. Hi, Ditch. Welcome back. I'm hoping this will, stay connected. I must have said some code words or something. I don't know. Shall we try to talk about JFK? The files were released. And they revealed what my parents knew in 1963. They were convinced that Vice President Johnson had President Kennedy killed and that the CIA was involved. Well, okay, confirmed. No bombshells that I know of, except there was some involvement from Russia. Well, we kind of figured there would be, but considering politics at that time in history, it was the Soviet Union. But I don't know. Um, I just haven't seen anything that we didn't already know. Whatever. Oh, there was a handwritten letter from JFK Jr. to Senator Biden that's interesting. Well, let's see. 70 years, 63 to 25. I'd say that's 62 years. Antarctica has a violence problem, Lita? Oh, yeah. Some guy at one of the stations The scientific stations in Antarctica went nuts and started attacking people. Yeah, it's kind of like I wonder why the people on the space station don't go nuts. But apparently, it's the isolation, the inability to leave, etc. Yeah, well, it's darn difficult to get anyone out of Antarctica before they're scheduled to leave. Hi, Don. Ah, Don B. Yeah, I think I know who you are. Welcome in. Oh, South Africa's going to send professionals to teach the victims interpersonal skills. Okay. Well, these people have been here before, Freeman. So you just found me, huh? Okay. Um, nothing, nothing earth-shattering in the JFK files. Um, RFK, who's now in charge of Health and Human Services, is banning artificial dyes in food, especially in the candy we give to children. Uh, and he's talking about, you know, cooking real food and not just nuking something that's full of chemicals. By the way, I've dabbled in eating small amounts of peanuts to test my theory that my allergic reaction was to a Reese's peanut butter cup, and it might not have been the peanuts that triggered me, that triggered my reaction. So far, it's working well. The food bank on Sunday had donuts that you have to eat quick because they're already day old. And the only maple bars had crushed peanuts on the frosting. So I ate it and nothing happened. Hazelnuts, Stitch? You're allergic to hazelnuts, but not other nuts. Oh, yesterday I had some cashews. They're an odd nut. They're not a real nut. These trees, I think they're native to South America, but they also grow them in Southeast Asia and on those islands like Indonesia. It makes a big fruit, and the cashew is hanging off the bottom of the fruit outside of it. So the locals will eat the fruit, but it won't keep well enough to ship it to us. So they just sell us the cashews. I think the word they use for what cashews are is drope, DROPE. Oh, I do love peanut butter cups, but if they're going to set me off like that, I mean, I went into a real shock, a crash. My blood pressure crashed. Hi, Pio. Welcome in. Well, I'm relieved that Social Security will not require me to go prove my identity in person unless I want to change my direct deposit information. Send it to a different bank. Oh, that's an idea. Try Reese's Pieces. They're just peanut butter without the chocolate. I don't know. I really love a PBJ too. Peanut butter and, in my case, jam or jelly. And a lot of the YouTubers in other countries like England and Portugal, um, the Portuguese guy calls his channel European Reacts. But he does some cooking. He tries to make American recipes. And he does a good job. Anyway, they've been talking about PBJ, peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. And they say that our peanut butter is creamy and smooth, but their peanut butter is not creamy and smooth. Well, cashews can be dangerous, but the fruit is probably really bad. However, cashews also have benefits. All right, let's look up cashews, even though I'm not on the cooking channel. Um, the dark side of the cashew industry. Let's see. You probably see it too. Here's the cashews, and there's the fruit with the cashews sticking out the bottom. I'll let you see the picture a little longer. Why it matters which brand you buy. Huh. If cashew importers want to ensure that their supply chains are not tainted with forced labor and abuse, they need to closely scrutinize where they source their products. From the Director of Human Rights Watch. Only 3% of cashew nuts that are exported globally in 2016, only 3% were sold under fair trade terms. Here we go. Healthy nuts, toxic industry. I'm going to try something else. All right. Huh. Okay. Cashew is the common name of a tropical evergreen tree, Anacardium occidentale. Occident, that's western. The east is Orient. Yeah, it's native to South America. Now let's try another word. Toxic. Oh, a misspelled plant. The cashew plant, like poison ivy, contains urushiol, a toxic oil that can cause skin irritation and allergic reactions. The outer shell of the cashew contains this oil, which is why cashews are never sold in their shells and always roasted or steamed. Let's get a more detailed explanation. The shells contain urushiol. It's in the nut too, but more of it's in the shell. It's destroyed during roasting or steaming. And yet, many moons ago, I actually accidentally bought raw cashews. That's what they were advertised as. Huh. Symptoms of urushiol contact can include itching, blisters, and skin rashes. Cashews are related to poison ivy and poison sumac and are in the same family as mangoes and pistachios. Okay, that's enough. I gotta check out the chat. The screen went dark? Sorry, Jason. It looks okay on my end. Witta, too? Theo got 2 swings painted. Good. I like mangoes. Frankly, I prefer to buy them diced up and frozen because it's so hard to get into the fruit of a fresh mango. I suspect that I'm never going to find a ripe one at the store, and when I wait a few days for the fruit to ripen, it goes bad instead of getting ripe. Well, I don't. Oh, the screen probably went dark because I closed the screen where you could see what I was looking at. Well, mangoes are imported, so they're probably not, picked long before they're ripe, so they are not ripe when you get them. Uh, Too bad we aren't on the cooking channel. Mangoes and cashews and such. Ooh, Dawn gets a big bag of frozen mangoes mixed with berries, and it's good for smoothies. I love mangoes. Ah, frozen mango bags. I'm going to have to look for them at the grocery store. I haven't done that in ages. Avocados are the worst, Freeman? Well, I guess because I'm in California and closer to Mexico, I get good avocados. If I'm not going to eat one right away, I'll put it in the refrigerator to slow down the ripening. Otherwise, it might go bad before I have a chance to eat it. Well, if you're not an avocado guy, you just haven't had a BLT with avocado. You know, a bacon, lettuce, tomato sandwich with avocado added. And you really need to sprinkle the avocado with garlic salt and make sure that it gets the mayonnaise from the bread. I'll just make a slice of toast and mush some avocado and mayonnaise onto it and sprinkle it with garlic salt, and oh, it's awesome. Yeah, I think garlic salt and mayonnaise do make just about anything good. Yeah, they go bad too fast, Freeman, so put them in the fridge. That slows it down. Yeah, tomatoes, I used to love them. Now I can take them or leave them. Last time I made a BLT, I left out the tomato. I used, what's that lettuce called? The kind you put in a Caesar salad. Unless you're making that insane California Caesar. Oh, hi, Tube4. Welcome in. Morgan, yeah. I look good. I just changed my jacket. It's still me, but thank you. Huh. Florida's avocado trees are suffering from a beetle, huh? Wow. Well, yeah, a lot of the pine trees in my area died years ago from bark beetle. But the ones up at a higher elevation survived because it was too cold for the beetles. And really, pine trees should not grow at this low altitude. The highest part of the rim is 5,000 feet. I'm probably at 4,500. So we should just have cedars and oak. Well, son of a gun. I haven't been zapped. So it wasn't JFK that triggered them, it was that other word. Oh well. So I have a mission. I need to get some bananas that are not quite ripe yet. Not totally green, but not quite ripe. No brown spots. And fry them in batter. Well, Ditch, I'm not sure it was my internet. Why would I want to look up the Chinese tallow tree? Okay, it makes gasoline. Yick. The weather, well, it was raining last week for 2 or 3 days. So the rain actually helped to melt the snow that was on the ground. I had like 4 inches of snow. Now it's kind of warm. It'll get up to 60 degrees Fahrenheit today. Yeah, I'm with you, Ditch. It says 60, but it feels like 30. And it isn't even windy. We must have gotten some rain overnight. The rose bushes have water on them. Oh, the real reason for prohibition was because people were using ethyl alcohol for fuel. Oh. By the way, don't drink ethyl alcohol, it'll kill you. It's highly toxic. First, you'll go blind and then you'll die, and you'll be glad you died because you're blind. Prohibition didn't work, it just caused all kinds of problems. And good old tolerant California was putting people in prison for smoking pot. Not even dealing, just using it. Wow. Yeah, anytime a mafioso was put on trial, he either paid off the jurors or threatened them. You know, I never watched The Godfather or any of those other mafia movies and TV shows. Just couldn't get interested. Oh, Pio, who is in Poland, met an escaped prisoner who was asking him, "How can I get back to the prison?" Pio knows where it is, but he's bad at giving directions. Yeah, I wouldn't want to mess with the mafia. I did one time do some typing for a mafioso, not a high ranking, but he was old and he wrote his memoirs out by hand. He said it started when I guess he was in New York City somewhere, and some Strange people broke into his house, lifted up a floorboard in the kitchen, and stashed a bag of something under the floor. He waited 3 years and nobody came for the stuff, so he lifted the floorboard and pulled out the bag, which was full of cash, and that's how he got started in oh, it must have been Chicago. He started a basically a butcher business, buying beef and such in bulk and then selling it retail. So he started with one butcher shop and got reasonably wealthy. And he asked the father of one of my son's friends if he knew someone who did typing. So he brought it to me and I typed some of his memoirs. Nothing bad happened to me, but I never got paid. Freeman, Florence is in Italy. Oh, Ditch thinks Goodfellas is a better choice than Godfather. It kind of puts me off that the theme music for Godfather is a love song. Come softly, love. Well, anyway, I'm running out of steam, guys. I'm okay with Social Security, but if I want to change my direct deposit information, I have to do that in person so they can verify my identity. I'm not thrilled with the JFK documents. I mean, yeah, it's bad, but we already knew all that. The weather's decent now. There might be a storm coming in next week, which isn't far away, is it? This is Thursday. We'll see. Amazon is bringing me something. No, Chewy is delivering some cat toys today. Amazon's delivering something tomorrow. I think it's cookies. And my GoFundMe has settled down. It's no longer going nuts, but it's really nice that a bunch of people. Oh, Freeman says ADX Florence is a prison in Indiana. Yeah, well, we have this habit of naming cities after cities in Europe, like Cairo, Illinois. It's spelled the same as Cairo in Egypt, but the people who named it didn't know how to pronounce Cairo, so it's Cairo. And Memphis, Tennessee, another Egyptian city. Memphis. That's why I don't put much stock in people saying that Noah lived in Mesopotamia because of the names of the countries, before the flood. They just name, when they go to a new place, they give it a name that's familiar. You wanted to know how I did with donations, how well I did? Well enough that I won't be getting food stamps in April or Medi-Cal until I spend it. Well, California's Medicaid, which we call Medi-Cal, is bankrupt anyway, so it's good that I have a little cash for my copay on my Medicare. I think I can either get a washing machine or have a plumber fix some things in the house. I don't think I can do both. But my bills are paid, my winter heating bills. The gas bill has been running $200 a month, and the electric is about $100 a month. That's $300 a month just to stay warm enough that I don't freeze to death. And the primary reason, well, two primary reasons for high energy prices. Sorry. In California, I got a tickle in my throat. Two reasons: taxes and regulations. Okay. But it's warming up, so my energy bills will go way down. Meanwhile, back at the ranch, I had to tell them, Freeman, I could go to prison if I didn't. I'd rather, have less government aid than go to prison. Yeah, I am stabilized. Oh, I need an electrician too. I have to replace the ceiling fan and the outlet in the bathroom, which has a switch to, cut it off if there's a power surge or water gets on it. It switched off and will not switch back on. And from the looks of it, well, I know it was there when I bought this house in '04, so it's at least 20 years old. It needs replacing so I can use my hair dryer and I won't have to go to the other room to use the hair dryer. Oh, Newsom thinks he's going to run for president. He's an empty vessel with nice hair. He has this podcast. It isn't doing very well. So, what did he do? He tried having conservatives on as his guests. Still isn't working. We'll see. I want to call him Slick Willie. I guess he's Slick Gavin. Oh, Newsom is for whatever will get him elected. California used to be a conservative state. Oh, Bill Clinton was Slick Willie? Okay. Well, Clinton wasn't that bad. I just can't stand his wife. But they really showed their colors when they left the White House. They gave their cat socks to one of the help, one of their servants at the White House. It's like after all that publicity about the cat and everything, they didn't care about the cat. Oh, Jason, yeah, getting tires. For decades, I always had to get used tires because I never had enough money all at once for a new one. And if you have one new tire and the others are old, that can be a problem. Oh, I have a friend, longtime friend, by the way, who is obviously super, super liberal. Can't stand Trump or Elon Musk, but he bought a Tesla because he had to have a self-driving car. He has some physical disabilities that make it, mostly his knees, they make it difficult for him to push the floor pedals with his feet over and over. So he had to have a self-driving car because he couldn't go more than a few blocks driving without it. I just hope no idiot keys his car or something. At the moment, I think he's in the hospital. Well, Goldfish, there may be other self-driving cars, but this one was used and cheap. Well, you have to be ready to take over a self-driving car, Don. You don't just sit in the back and read a book. You have to be in the driver's seat because there are situations where you have to take over. But yeah, nothing like the Jetsons. Well, you tell the car where you want to go, so it knows the way. You don't have to figure out how to get there. It has its own map. And it does stop for obstacles and red lights. But there are times when the car just doesn't notice something and you do. Anyway, I gotta get going. I'm really, like I said, running down. So, anyway, I hope nobody keys his car or whatever. So, thank you all and have a great day. And thanks. It's always awesome when you guys come in and chat with me. And remember, cashews are dangerous. And Pio, you have a great day too. And Goldfish and Witta and Dawn and Freeman. Did I mention Ditch? And Screaming Crane. I think I got everybody. Oh, Jason. See ya. What am I doing?